Maybe now's the time to start the podcast.
I'd just say go, yeah.
This is the podcast. You could roll weed in the background, and I'm gonna just talk for a minute.
Am I on camera? We're both on
Yeah,
camera?
I think it's been recording. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, we're recording a podcast today. I'm here with my buddy Sean O'Shaughnessy. Sean is here.
Partner. You used to call me your partner.
We are partners.
I don't like when you say it.
Well, and so this is. I'm doing a podcast, and you know this is. I've been thinking about this for a while, and you know also that I have done a podcast before, and you were one of the only people to listen to it.
I enjoyed it.
And it was good. I think it was good.
I enjoyed it.
It had to stop for various reasons. And then this is the second attempt at this podcast, which is, do you remember I recorded a few episodes that turned out to be like kind of tremendous shit shows? Did I ever tell you about this? This is what we do. We go to Wildwood.
Man.
What?
Not no people. There were 5 people. There were 8 people.
Well, you can't be making that up.
Back in the day.
This is true.
Everyone shut the fuck up. Hey, excuse me. Hi. Let me know when you're ready.
I like a pussy sandwich. Stop. All right, a penis sandwich.
Yeah, you ever heard of diarrhea before? Can I get diarrhea shake, please?
Man, dude.
I like one vagina model.
This is it.
20 piece chicken nuggets.
Could I have one funny set tonight, please?
Hi, how's it going? Can I get the initial idea was to have it be about like travel, and I was doing a road gig
But
with.
you live in Philadelphia. You don't really travel very much.
No, but people travel, and then also people like want to travel.
Yeah.
And it might be like an excuse to travel later down the line. And then also, we happened to be going to Wildwood. So it was like, let's record in the car, which was me, Jay Simpson, May Kasem, fucking George
Miller?
Yeah. That was the ride up. And then the ride back was that plus Tara. And I thought it would be funny to record on both times. It ended up being a little bit of a unreleasable shit show.
I'm not sure. Jake, Tara's got to piss while you're eating.
Oh my God.
Tara, do you have to piss?
Kinda.
No,
Go down there.
Now we do it in front of the cathedral.
Wait, no?
Did you see that?
You can go piss wherever you want.
What's a cathedral?
Where do I piss?
It's New Jersey.
You can piss on that school.
That's not a school.
That's cool.
I'm having horrible heartburn. Can somebody give me a sip of their booze?
I have
Tums?
Uneditable shit show. And you know, that might, so that's the other thing about this podcast. I haven't really been talking. Did you move the plant?
I did move your plant.
Oh, okay. I kind of liked it, but okay.
I couldn't see. I couldn't see
it.
it.
It's all right.
You have a globe or anything that you could put up?
That'd be way worse. And
It's a travel podcast, though.
It's not. Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
But we were with. We were in the car. We drove to Wildwood and back. And you know, I was thinking about this because why you're the first guest is because me and you talk all the time, almost every day. Although not always. Sometimes I don't talk to you for a while. And we talk about comedy because you're my partner. You're my business partner. But that's actually the topic of what I wanted to talk to you about today.
Which is, I'm actually kind of glad that you're throwing me in here blind with no idea what your topic is.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What I want out of this podcast, so there's going to be a visual component. Have I said that yet?
No.
There's going to be a visual component. So that's what I'm saying. The camera's on us, but it might not be us.
Okay.
We're really just using it as a way to record the audio. Oh, I'm kind of, well, anyway, I want to do something kind of original. Or not original, but like, you know, when different than the ordinary, or not copying anybody, but you know, kind of being inspired by the podcast that I like. So I'm thinking like a half hour audio with maybe some visuals going on in the background that aren't necessarily the podcast. You know, I have all these interesting visuals I've collected for a while, and I just watched this like amazing show called How To with Josh Wilson, and this is a guy who he films all types of stuff, and he films stuff that, you know, you wouldn't think to film, but it's actually great. So I want to release this podcast, and it's going to have like a visual component. But I wanted, and me and you talk all the time, so I was figuring we could talk, and I want to have like multiple people on at some point. I want to do me, you, and Lutz. I want to do Kyle Regan.
King.
Me, you, and Kyle
King
Regan. I want to talk to Jay Simpson. So then the second attempt at the podcast was me. The next day or so, me, Jay, and Petey went out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere for like a festival show. Mm-hmm. And
was this the sober Grateful Dead show?
It wasn't sober, no.
Okay.
It was like a real festival in a field. But Jay fell asleep on the ride up. And me and Petey didn't talk until the camera was off for some reason. So, and then the night was like an insane party. And then we were so fucking tired the next day that we didn't record on the way back.
Okay.
So, and that's what I'm saying. While I'm talking about this, there's going to be visuals of this night going on in the background.
Oh, okay.
I document stuff all the time.
I know you have that camera on pretty regular. I would say that we got our money back on that camera by now. It's already paid for itself.
In quality time, in good times. But
I look at it like promotionally speaking, it's paid for itself.
Sure, I think so. You could say that. Yes. Oh, yes. It's definitely. But you know, I'm talking to you. Me and you talk every day, and we talk about comedy every day. And this was kind of the problem with the first podcast that we did with Jay, which is like, I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna like censor myself, and then I just talked mad shit. It was uneditable. How many names?
Oh.
And just because if you just start talking about comedy, inevitably you start just talking mad shit,
trashing people.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Your intention is to not do that again, right?
Yes, exactly. But like, I was thinking, am I holding my wrist gaily? Maybe I should hold this down. Is this bad?
I don't.
Or is it thoughtful?
I don't love how it looks, but it's your podcast, dude. It's a travel podcast.
It's not. That's not what it is. That was like a loose idea, but it is interesting. Because I mean, like,
but it doesn't matter. You're gonna have visuals, so it doesn't matter how you hold your mic.
Well, and here's the problem. You're right. Here's the problem. No, but it matters to you. Here's the problem.
It does.
Is I want to be able to do something and not, you know, basically that was just saying the idea of it being uncensored, or just like take a crack at something and give myself the chance to evolve and maybe change how it is, or
sure,
you know, upgrade it. And I want to do, you know, just something that would make me want to do more and have it not be, you know, make me feel creatively fulfilled. You know, because we just well, that's what I want to talk. We just dropped one of our videos yesterday for the Friendly Show on December 1st, and we have a show this Friday.
Yep, every first and third Friday
at Friendly, and I've got a show this Wednesday at Glory.
Every last Wednesday of the month.
Yeah, and we're probably going to do more soon.
Sick. Speaking of which, am I allowed to pop in for a guestie on one of those sometime soon?
Yeah,
I might take you up. Not this one, but one in the.
I think the rule going forward that I've made for myself is that I'm giving out the guestie to somebody who shows up.
I love that rule. You kind of invented that rule, I think.
No, I don't think I invented it, but I think that's how it's done generally. But like, people hit you up the day before because they want a surefire thing. But like,
I want the guy that's going there whether he gets on or not.
That's kind of how I feel about it too. And then also, I think I want to like foster a
Comic hang.
well, more than that, but like just a vibe of at the shows, like to that if you show up, you very well could get stage. I just feel like that's like a cooler way to do it. I feel like that's like a classical way to do it. But this is the topic that I wanted to talk to you about, which is like being creative with your boys. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
Yes, you do.
Tell me.
Because me and you are good friends.
We are.
We're really good friends.
Some would say best.
We're great friends. But also, most of our relationship is activity based. And I think that's kind of why we're such good friends, is because we make good business partners or creative partners or whatever. And that's what I'm saying, like, for grown men in their 30s and late 20s, it's kind of hard to hang out with your boys and do essentially arts and crafts.
We're not doing arts and crafts, dude.
We're cutting paper and we're editing. We're making posters.
Yeah, but it's. I mean, if you want to call, yeah, I get where you're coming from.
That's what I'm saying. Why it works is because we have a reason. But essentially, why we're such good friends is because we do good arts and crafts together.
Sure, that is it.
And if it was just like, hey man, do you want to come over and do a little? No, that's not what we do. We're men.
Yeah, dude. I'm not out here making macaroni sculptures with other boys, dude.
That would be a good idea for a future friendly ad, a macaroni.
There's a couple macaroni. Dude, we're just arts and crafts boys.
But literally, like, all we do. And I was thinking about these videos, which I very much like. It just kind of like the podcast. I have a lot of pressure on me to do them. Totally self-imposed. Nobody's asked for them. The only reasoning for it is that it makes us slightly different.
You're talking about our promotional videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably do put way too much pressure on yourself about those.
It's not even pressure. It's beyond pressure. It's like more like the compulsion to just make them really good and make them better than the last one type of thing, and nobody really cares about it. But everyone thinks it's kind of cool. But like, I like them a lot. Like the one we just released had that like Meek Mill song, or it's like a snippet of like a Timbaland song that he played off his computer. And that's what I'm saying. It's even though I feel like I get like a tad bit of the credit for the visuals, it's totally a communal thing. We're playing. That's what I'm saying. In the group chat, besides like ruthlessly mocking everyone, we're mostly just talking about arts and crafts and like shots to get and schedules and song. It's very creative. I think that's why. All
right. Here's a question: if we didn't have this common goal or whatever you want to call it, do you think that we would be buddies?
Yeah, but I don't think we would ever have a reason to hang out.
Yeah.
It's goal oriented. Oh. Yeah, it's interesting being creative with your boys. You mean you were creative boys?
I really don't like when you say that. Just so you know.
Why do you think it?
The arts and crafts thing is what bothers me. Creative boys, I'm fine with. But
the arts and crafts is just kind of a goof. But that's what I'm saying. If there wasn't a purpose behind it, it'd be like, hey man, do you want to come over and draw?
No, dude, I'm immediately shutting in. I'm not doing that. Yeah, I don't hang out with any of my. I couldn't tell you the last time I called a guy friend of mine and asked him to hang out. Besides you or Connor, and it was about comedy. Like, besides that, I don't like, let's go get dinner, dude. I've never done that.
Never gone and gotten dinner.
I'll get drunk occasionally with my boys.
Yeah, we would get drunk and high, but even still, it's mostly because we do comedy together.
Right.
Well, and so this past week or so, me and Logan were out in Railroad, PA, which is very close to Maryland. It evidently isn't a town. It's like empty space kind of territory. I don't know. It's like the people were telling me, they're like, this isn't the name of the town. We're from this. I forgot what they said, but they were like, this isn't a real place. But it was very close to Maryland. But me and Steve Rinaldi was headlining the show. What do you think?
Does it say loose? It says loose change.
That says loose change. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was distracted.
You're distracted. I've had that since college. But anyway, and I fill it up, and when it's done, I have a big Target bag full of change over here. I have so much change.
I just rolled my change.
But so Steve Rinaldi, he was saying something after the show, and he was like to me and Logie, he was like, "Do you want to hang? Do you want to hang for a little bit?" And we were like, "Yeah, we'll hang." He's like, "Do you want to smoke a cigar?" And we were like, "Yeah, we'll smoke a cigar." And a cigar is like a 40-minute commitment. You know what I mean? It's like a long.
Yeah. Do you even like him?
Sure.
I like the idea of him.
I liked him. I like him. I like him as much as I'm a little antsy sometimes for it. I feel like I gotta work on it. Also, I always make it wet. I always make the lips wet. I fuck it up every time. Mine is always botched and wet at the end and doesn't pull good. But you know, I've enjoyed a cigar before. But either way, he was saying something to the effect of, you know, he was like, comics. He's like, tell me if you notice this nowadays, which is like, there's like two types of comics. Like, there's the guys who like to hang and do drugs after, and then there's the guys who like to drink wine and smoke cigars after. And I was like, I feel like it's definitely like people who hang out and don't hang out.
Yeah. I agree with you. I don't know
Hanging
any
out.
comics that are smoking cigars and drinking wine afterwards, but we're not.
We're a little low class for that.
We're not in that echelon, I think.
But yeah, a lot of people, I mean, I get wanting to go home too, but I feel like I need like an hour or so to just hang out.
You know, that was a big part of Friendly for me, is that I'm like an antisocial guy. Like, I'm not.
Kind of. You're kind of like an antisocial socialite. Because you're like bartending, like have like, you know what's funny? This is the thing I know about you. You know that I know you're like probably one of my best friends, but I know a lot of people. You're a lot of people's best friend.
I don't know about that.
I feel like a lot of people are like, this guy's my friend.
Oh yeah, I have a lot of friends. Sure.
I think a lot of tight pals, dude. I feel like you got tight pals.
I'm good with my boys, dude. Fuck, I'm high as shit. What were we just talking about? Oh,
Social.
so like that was like, I'd go to open mics and I would go home because I don't know how to force myself to have conversation. I always felt fraudulent forcing that conversation with comedians, even if I like their comedy. Like, I could never, if there was a circle of comics talking, I could never inch my way into that circle to talk, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a pretty awkward place to be. I know that feeling.
So, and especially if you're new and you don't know anybody, to just kind of edge into that circle and then hope that when it's time for you to tell a joke that it's even funny. You're just like, I don't want to do this. This is too much pressure. So I would leave. And this way, I didn't make any friends for a really long time. So Friendly forced me to make connections with comedians and befriend comedians because of that. Because I was
the name.
Exactly. Yeah, sure.
This is secretly your venture to make friends?
I really don't like when you phrase things like this. I don't like when you.
I imagined at that moment, like Anna Gallagher listening to this and thinking like that was adorable. She's like, that should be like, that's adorable, I think.
I don't like this. I don't like this. Sure, if you want to call it that, yeah. And it served its purpose.
Yeah. Yeah. Friendly's definitely cool. It's our project. Oh, do you hear that?
Yeah.
It's the Mike and Tony baloney. Do you hear this?
You know, you should add that to your visuals. You got quite a few visuals of that.
You know, it's funny you say that. So, like, this past week, and I went through my computer and I cleaned my hard drive obsessively because I do, like, projects and video files take up, like, a lot of space. So, like, very quickly, if you do a lot of projects, all of a sudden your like computer starts acting slow as shit because you haven't cleaned it out in a while. And then like I just like am kind of bad. I have so much shit on that computer of like I have all my phones, all the photos from high school, college, like just a very far like, and then all my sets through comedy and like all types of shit. So I went through and I like sorted it all, and I have like so much footage of these guys.
Oh, yeah, put that in there, dude. There's some funny. I've seen some insane.
Some really
things.
funny stuff. I mean, in the first episode,
They're never
it might
gonna
be-
find it either.
You don't think they're gonna find it?
No, dude. These guys aren't listening to your fucking podcast, dude. No way. They're out scheming and fucking scamming, dude. I mean, just the tree chopping footage is
I
hysterical.
have like,
dude.
well, and you know what's funny is they. Oh, this is so bad to talk about, but I guess I'm just gonna.
Who cares, dude? What? Do you think that they're gonna?
I guess I don't even know if they have a Wi-Fi connection, but no. This is the idea: is that they like they believe like one of them in there talks about being gang stalked. Gang stalked. Do you know what that is?
No.
You never heard about this?
Gang stalked?
It's I can't believe I'm talking about this in the first episode, even though I have been thinking about this. It's when like schizophrenic people believe that they're being watched, right, and that they're having stuff implanted in their head, like, and like that people are surveillancing them or whatever, and then these people have linked up via the internet and corroborated their schizophrenic experiences, and they're like,
How many people are corroborating these experiences? Because maybe they are true. Are there like hundreds of people all saying the same thing?
well, it's hundreds of people with schizophrenia. Yeah.
I never heard it. So the expression gang stalked, is it the schizophrenics invented or the doctors invented? And they adopted
I
it?
think they came up with it themselves, but
The schizophrenics.
yeah. So this guy, you hear him yelling sometimes, and he's like, "You guys are watching me," and all the neighbors all have their cameras
They are watching.
turned at his house, and then I spent like an hour sorting, categorizing their activities.
He's right. He's kind of right.
You know, in a weird way.
So A Beautiful Mind, except, right? The movie A Beautiful Mind,
Mm-hmm.
Russell Crowe. That's that.
Is that what that movie's about?
Yeah, I think so.
These people are pains in the ass. The first time I was here, I talked to the lady for a minute because I was outside staring at it, and then she was like, "What are you doing here?"
This lady right here. That lives
Yeah.
next door. Okay.
She was like, "What are you doing here?" I was like, "I'm gonna move in here," and she was like, "Welcome."
Oh,
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
I was like, that lady's weird. I remember thinking she was like Mac's mom.
Yeah. She does look like that.
She called my dad a cocksucker on Thanksgiving
How come?
because he was out sitting outside in the sun. He was like, "I'm gonna sit in front of the house because it gets sun on it." I'm like, "All right, like this, someone's gonna come fucking bug you soon." Like,
Yeah.
so, and then he was out there like closing his eyes, and she like said something to him, and he was like, "Mm-mm." He said, "Mm-mm." And then she was like, "You fucking cocksucker."
That's funny, dude. I love that shit. I do think it's funny to me.
Yeah, they do crazy stuff. They you know, there was a fucking, you know, the wig guy.
Yeah, that better be in the visuals.
Oh, I'm
better be
gonna
the
I feel like I'm gonna blow my load on this first one, and there might just be like a nice building in the background of this next one. But yeah, but the other day, someone fucking, this is like right out in front of my house. Maybe what was yesterday? Sunday.
Today, no, yesterday's Monday.
So like Monday morning, this fucking guy is like screaming outside of the house, and he's like, essentially, he was like a guy staying at the place, a drug addict. And somebody just poured water
On him?
all over his stuff, and he was like, "I'm all wet. You poured water on me while I was sleeping. I'm all wet. I'm gonna get pneumonia." Like, and then he's like, "Can I have my stuff back? Can I have my clothes back?" He's like, can I just have what was in the pockets then? And he started whispering, he's like, I can't say what was in the pockets. Yeah, he's all like, and he was getting naked while this is happening. Then he was just naked in the street.
So you know what I enjoy about this is that the people on this street are like, first of all, there's a daycare
Right there.
what is it, 50 feet away? Like, it's that close.
Yeah.
And then it's like a neighborhood of like young families, like trying to, they're
Young and old. There's some kooky old people too.
But there is a lot of young families that are like redoing their houses, I've noticed.
Young families who you read,
They're
yeah.
like putting money into their homes.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
they're gentrifying this neighborhood, and these guys are resisting it. And I think it's funny because like the neighbors, they have little kids. It's like ruining their lives. I could imagine like they hate them. Like all the cameras, like
Everybody else
just like it
hates.
bothers them.
There's like a secret war going on.
And
It's not even a secret.
You just live next door to them and walk by them every day, and you're like, God, there's fucking crazy lunatics next door.
I yell at him. Like when the guy was shouting about getting splashed with water, I went out and said, "Hey, shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Get the fuck out of here!"
But it doesn't seem to bother you that much, though. Does it?
At that point, that one I don't know why.
Like it doesn't bother you as much as it bothers the neighbors. Is what I'm saying.
No, I crack sometimes.
Yeah, the one time with your girl when they said some shit, you freaked out. I remember that.
There was that. Also, I hate this guy because this was funny. I did a bit about this for a minute, even though it wasn't that funny. But the idea of the bit was about false memories or whatever, and how like you can remember something one way, but what actually happened is something else. And like me, Maria, and Chris were walking to Wawa, and this fucking guy in the wig was like following us, and like we stop, and then like he stops. And then we keep going, and then he keeps going, and then I was like, the alley ahead was like dark, so I was like, let's turn
Into the dark alley?
no, into where it was still light.
Okay.
And then he turns too, and then I kind of turn around at this point. He turns too. I was like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Get the fuck out of here!
Yeah.
Like, hey, stop! Are you following us? Fuck off!
Yeah.
And then he was like, all right.
Yeah,
and he
good.
left.
You got to nip that in the bud.
But like, what I actually said, and like, that's how I remembered. I remember feeling like the man. Like I remember like, oh my god, I just fucking saved.
yeah.
But like, I turned around and I said, "Are you following us?" And he goes, "No. Why am I being weird?" And I was like, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, you're being weird."
Yeah. You served its purpose, dude. So yeah, you didn't say it like Gerard Butler in 300, but you fucking
I walked home like this. I was like,
yeah, good. It's a nice feeling, right?
I protected my girlfriend and my friend
Yeah.
and myself from danger.
Do you think that they felt protected or no?
Yeah, they were like,
Oh, wow.
whoa.
Wow.
That's twice that's happened, actually. Dude, I think this happened the other day. There was a fucking there have been two or three armed robberies right in front of 2 Street at like 2 a.m.
Oh,
Which is like when I
shit.
hang out there. I hang out there all the time.
Oh God.
And
Really? Like recently?
yes,
There-
and it happened this one night. That
The
me and
comics or not? No, just like in that area.
people in the area, me and Maria, we were walking
Fuck.
to Wawa, and there was a guy in a ski mask. I was talking with my hands. Also, not even joking. These 4 were robbing a car. There was kind of a commotion because they were like
Jake lives in an
doing one of the
apocalypse
operations
land.
where they were taking all the wheels off of a car.
You live in an
That's also all the
apocalypse
cars
world.
under the bridge are being like ransacked for wheels, and they do it like maybe once or
I
twice.
saw
a
a
week.
Tesla in my neighborhood that they did it to, and I
Yeah.
was like, good, actually. Fuck them.
But so these guys were taking wheels, and meanwhile I'm walking and I'm explaining the plot of what movie did I just watch?
It's Kung Fu, I'm going to guess.
No. The Fugitive with Harrison Ford.
That's actually a
and
great
Tommy
movie.
Lee Jones.
It's a great movie.
Fantastic. It's a thrilling.
Fantastic.
It's thrilling. But so The Fugitive, and I was explaining to Maria how the movie's more about tension, and it's more about tension, and it gets a little hammy when it gets to the action scene because like the fighting's not great. They're just kind of like when they have this
They're
like,
old.
fight.
Yeah.
They're old guys just like punching each other at the end, but like the tension beforehand. And I'm like talking with my hands, right? As this guy is like walking up, and then she's like, I see this guy too, but I'm like talking about the plot of this movie, and then like he's like about to kind of cross us, and I just like I like kept talking with my hands, but I stopped. I was like, hey, and then he just like beelined away. And then,
In
like,
a ski mask.
yes. And I think 10 minutes later, we got the alert on our phone that someone had gotten robbed at gunpoint in the neighborhood. And I think it was that guy.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it was because I was.
Wow.
I think I was because I was walking kind of like.
Did you call the cops?
No.
Oh my god, dude!
just
You didn't
call-
say,
it's just
"Hey,
Facebook."
there was a guy in his." No.
Guy with a ski. There was like.
I have a
think
question.
I think it was because there were people around.
What kind of ski mask was it? Was it 2 holes and a mouth like the old style, or is it the new cool guy style where it's just the eye holes?
It's the ISIS kind. Yeah, it's the.
Just,
it's the eye
just
hole
the
kind.
eye holes? So that could be fashion too, so you never know.
2 a.m.
All black? What was the outfit?
Concealing.
All like a very, like one color?
Yeah, probably.
Dark color?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Might have been olive green, but
Dark.
but I think it was because I was walking with my hands in sort of a mantis style that he. 'Cause, like, you want somebody.
Oh, shut up.
You want people with their hands down.
You want docile people, dude.
No, like, but like you're supposed to kind of have your hands up here for a quick. I was already.
You
I
were
was
in a
already up.
fighting position. You look like
I
the
was just
fighting Irish.
But I also Maria was gonna. She was like, can we walk faster and get past him? And I was like, no, he's trying to get behind us. So I like, wait. I like when we were about to cross paths, I just stopped and I was like, hey, and then he just kept going.
He was probably so thrown off guard by that you saved her life. So first of all, you're doing a good job.
Also, you're walking up and you're like seeing a guy.
That's so crazy.
Also, you're walking
I
up.
think that guy robbed
No, well,
somebody.
I'm seeing the guy with the ski mask walking up, and I'm thinking, I gotta keep talking loudly about this movie, so everything gets fine. Because if we get all quiet,
Yeah,
something's
you're
gonna
right.
happen.
You're right.
So I just was like, this movie is so good, and it was based on an old show.
I think you're right in that regard too, because you're just like, you pause at the moment and you realize it's happening, then he's gonna might react. But if you continue to keep your
And I
wits
just
about-
kind of I just didn't want him to get behind me. So I was like, I think I said after you, sir.
please, please, Mr. Ski Mask, go ahead of me. All right, this is my advice to you, and I've said this to your roommate as well. If you're out at night, get a baseball bat and just walk around with that at night. Why are you not doing that already?
Fucking with a full bat?
Dude, it's an apocalypse land, dude. People are stealing tires. You're with your girl. Get a bat, dude. Nobody.
You want the world to be like Akira?
Do you want to protect yourself? Nobody. I don't think you should get a gun. I don't think that's a good idea. I think that you hang out with too many drunken idiots. Something bad's
Too
gonna
violent. I'm too violent.
You're not a violent guy, are you?
I don't have a gun.
I think get a bat, dude. Nobody is gonna fuck with a guy with a bat. That's a really poor choice. Even if you have a gun, you're just like, oh, this guy's crazy.
I often have stuff. Sometimes when I walk home with like a 6-pack, I'll fucking hold one in my hand to throw. Can you imagine getting fucking socked?
Yeah, but you have to connect.
Can you imagine
a
getting
highlight.
fucking socked with a fucking 12-ounce can with and the lid?
If you hit somebody with it, but you have to hit them with it. It's not easy to throw a can. I'm just saying it would be wise for you to have some kind of weapon.
Maybe not throw, but maybe.
I like the bat because they could see it. Like the knife is like also you don't want to stab anybody.
Oh no.
Exactly. I don't want to stab anybody. But a bat, they could see it and they're like, this guy's crazy. I'm not even going to go near him. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
Remember we were talking about the midgets having a battle axe? Midgets in like Game of Thrones and like mythological things, they always have a battle axe.
Yeah.
I think that it was you that told me this.
I recall 0%, but it sounds like something I might bring up. So I was saying how dwarves and midgets at battle, they're called dwarves, not
I'm sorry.
in the mythical sense. They're not called midgets.
No, I don't watch.
Yeah, they have the. Wait, what was I saying about that? What was I saying?
You were saying that they always have battle axes,
Yeah.
or like a battle axe,
Yeah,
or like a
hammers.
or like a yes. I think that it's time for you to get one. I'm not saying that you're a dwarf. I'm not saying you're a dwarf. I'm saying that they're a visual deterrent.
I don't think you're allowed to walk around. I think there's probably laws around that. I bet you can't. You're not allowed to have a knife. You're not.
Yeah, I know but you are. You can play baseball. You're allowed to have a baseball bat at night.
You are allowed to play baseball.
And if a cop stops you, you'd be like, dude, have you looked around this goddamn neighborhood for a second? Yes, that's why I'm carrying a bat, dude. You don't even get out of your car, you motherfucker. I'm bringing a bat to go to Wawa. I'm saying just at 2 Street at night when you're dicking around in the middle of the night walking around. I'm not saying carry a baseball bat around with you all day long.
Maybe like a club.
Something like that. I think it would be a smart move.
Do you remember those like mini? Did you ever play baseball as a kid?
Yeah.
They would sell those mini
Souvenir
baseball
bats. Those things are.
I got one, and my dad he kept it. He's like, I'm taking this.
It's a good weapon.
I should get a souvenir bat.
You know what? I like it.
I should just get a gun.
And then you, you get the souvenir bat, and you're like, I actually like the bat.
I want to get a sword gun.
I don't think you should get a gun.
No, it sounds.
It's a bad idea. You're just. No.
I've talked about this. My algorithm is all guns,
That's another sign that you shouldn't get one.
but only on like half of my shit. My Instagram shit is clean, and YouTube is all guns. But it's like gun ASMR. Have I told you this?
Yeah.
Gun
I get
ASMR.
it. I get it.
It's people
Yep.
loading a clip in, clicking it in, shooting it.
My Instagram is all women. It's just
All women.
It's just women.
That's not good.
No.
Mine. I get AI art. Do you get AI art?
None of that.
See, that's the thing. Like a lot of people are using AI art right now, and I'm intrigued by it. But that's what I'm saying. I want the visuals for this one to be different.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Wait, what time is it right now?
What time is it?
5:38.
All right.
Let me look at something.
I gotta text Connor and tell him.
We're about 42 minutes. You know, I think this is a good place to wrap up.
Okay.
Right?
Whatever you say.
Easy peasy.
This is easy peasy. We would have done this pretty much anyway.
Right, and we didn't talk shit about too many people, and
No.
I don't think we said anything bad.
About anybody, no.
And we're gonna go right now to Ortlieb's to do some comedy. And
I actually, I'm sorry to cut you off, but Josh Martier said that the last time that you were at Ortlieb's, you took your pants off on stage. And I said, I think I was there for that. I remember that.
does that mean am I allowed back?
Yeah, I think you'd be welcome.
I took my pants off on stage.
I do remember you taking your pants off on stage there.
Was there something underneath my pants?
Yes, you had on underwear or long johns or something like that.
Maybe they were long john. Oh right, I kind of
I
remember
think
that.
you got God mites. You got kind of convinced into doing it.
Did I?
You did.
Oh, I remember that because I
you were
remember
coerced, I
I remember it giving me the feeling of that was the first time I realized how fucking dirty attention seeking I am, because even like when you're doing comedy, if people start going, do it,
Yeah.
do it, I go like, well, you want me to fucking do it? What you want? Is this what you want?
You would do that.
Is this what you want? And then I took my pants off on stage.
I remember that.
Well, when you don't have any jokes, you have to do something.
Yeah, dude. That's it.
That was a while ago. That was
Now we should add that to the 3 R's.
That was a long time ago.
By the way, have you been telling the 3 R's at? Because I saw somebody post on I guess the Riff Show maybe or something, like Jake over here or maybe the Raven, be like Jake.
Well, when I do the Riff Show, I go into the 3 R's. I like to crack it open with the 3 R's. That's it.
And you say the R's.
The 3 R's of riffing. Yes.
Yes.
Which are.
You were gonna.
Well, here's the thing. When you're riffing, it's important to kind of have like a mental tool set of funny stuff to say.
A utility belt.
And when you're talking to a audience member and you get stumped, just remember the 3 R's. Bing, bing, bing.
And no matter what, you're gonna make a crowd love it.
Racism. Rape. And retarded. Bing, bing, bing. Those are the 3 R's of comedy. And you know,
Important.
you combine the two. You find all
The dark arts, dude. I don't recommend it. Don't combine them.
Didn't Kyle Regan come up with that?
I kind of think it was.
I think it was you.
I think it was us. I think it was us.
It might have been the 2 R's, and then we added the third one.
Yeah, maybe it actually might be a collab.
Well, and we were talking about doing comedy classes at Friendly and having Kyle Regan teach them.
Oh, right. Yes. Comedy college. Master's program, excuse me. It's not just a class. It's,
right.
it's a master's program or maybe even a doctorate.
We got to stop this. We have to stop this. This has been the podcast. I don't know if it's going to have it, what the name is of it yet. Well, you know what it's going to be about in the future, but you'll definitely be seeing Shawnee again. Hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully soon.
Hopefully not visually, though. Thanks, guys.
Bye.